Everything you thought you knew about Stranger Things was a lie. The Upside Down, not what you think. Will's kidnapping in 1983, not random. And that song that saved Max, it was never about Kate Bush. Volume 2 just dropped 3 episodes on Christmas Day, and they flipped the entire show upside down. I'm talking Will has powers now. The Upside Down is actually a wormhole, and Vecna's plan? Way darker than we imagined. Spoilers ahead, you've been warned. Let's break down the 3 episodes that changed everything. Episode 5 is called Shock Jock, and it starts with the biggest cliffhanger payoff of the season. Will has powers. But here's the twist. Mike explains it through Dungeons and Dragons, because of course he does. Will isn't like 11. He's not a wizard who studied and practiced. He's a sorcerer. His powers are innate. They come from a higher being. And that higher being? Vecna himself. Think about it. Will was trapped in the Upside Down in Season 1. The Mind Flayer possessed him in Season 2. He's been connected to Vecna this whole time. The spy, the host, the bridge. Now he's weaponizing that connection. Lucas breaks it down with popcorn. Yeah, popcorn. He says dormant particles inside everyone connected to the hive mind can be energized, activated. Remember those black veins on Billy in Season 3? When they trapped them in the sauna and cranked the heat? Same particles, same connection. Those gross fleshy tubes attached to the kidnapped kids? They're pumping Mind Flayer molecules into them, turning them into extensions of Vecna. So Joyce has an idea, a dangerous one. If Will can tap into the hive mind, maybe he can use Vecna's own power against him. They shock a dead Demogorgon. The veins light up, and Will jacks in. For the first time since 1983, Will Byers isn't the victim, he's the weapon. While Will's invading Vecna's mind, we see what Vecna's doing to those 12 kidnapped children. He's in his mindscape, this creepy, tranquil place that feels wrong. And he's pretending to be Mr. What's-It from A Wrinkle in Time. He tells the kids that Max is the monster, that she's controlled by the black thing, that she'll enslave them. But here's what's chilling. He's describing himself. Everything he accuses Max of doing, that's his plan. He's projecting, manipulating, gaslighting kids to turn them against their only hope of escape. He says he wants to bring them back to the light. Liar. We see where he's really keeping them. A skeletal fortress floating in Dimension X. They're strung up like puppets, tubes in their mouths. He's hanging above them, draining their energy like a parasite. These kids aren't guests, they're batteries. And then we meet Dr. K, Linda Hamilton, and she reveals something horrifying. Kali, remember her from Season 2? She tried to escape once, and she found pregnant women being injected with blood. Her blood. Dr. Brenner's blood experiments. Kay was trying to recreate Brenner's program, create superpowered children, but Kali's blood didn't work. The women got sick, they died. So now Kay wants 11, because 11's blood is closer to Henry's, to Vecna's. This isn't just about opening gates anymore. This is about weaponizing children, turning them into soldiers. And Kay admits it. If she had 11, she'd have Demogorgons fighting Soviets in Russia right now. This whole show, it's been an arms race, America versus Russia, and Hawkins was ground zero. Episode 6 is called Escape from Camazotz, and Dustin Henderson just broke my brain. He's investigating Hawkins' lab in the Upside Down, and he finds a map, his map, the exact one he drew to find the center of the fleshy wall around town. Red flag. Huge red flag. Then Nancy shoots this weird force field on the roof, and everything clicks. Dustin finds Dr. Brenner's journal, and inside, the truth about the Upside Down. Ready? The Upside Down isn't an alternate dimension, it's a wormhole. A bridge between Hawkins and Dimension X. That red angry ball on the lab roof, exotic matter. It's literally holding the wormhole open. Everything we thought was dark magic, science. It's all science. By episode 7, Dustin diagrams the whole thing for everyone at the radio station. 3 dimensions, not 2. 1. Hawkins, our world. 2. The upside down, the wormhole, the bridge. 3. The abyss, Dimension X, where Vecna's powers came from. A realm of pure chaos, true evil. And here's the kicker. 11 didn't create the upside down when she touched that Demogorgon in season 1. She opened the rift. She punched a hole in the wormhole, let the creatures through. Vecna's plan? Pull Dimension X through the wormhole, merge it with Hawkins, create a new world where he's God. The team comes up with a counterplan. Steve, yes, Steve Harrington, explains it with a flashlight and a slinky. Let Vecna pull the dimensions close. Wait until the radio tower pokes through into Dimension X. Climb up. Get the kids. Then Dustin's edition. Drop a bomb on the whole thing. Destroy the wormhole. End this. Simple, right? Yeah. Nothing's ever simple. Back in episode 6, Max and Holly are lost in the desert, in Vecna's mindscape. Holly notices something. The caves they've been hiding in, shaped like an M, like the aperture on Henry's spyglass. They almost fall into a mine shaft, and that's when they see it. A memory. Henry's memory. The one he's buried so deep he won't even go near those caves. Young Henry, Boy Scout uniform, stumbles on a scientist in the desert. The man's paranoid, clutching a briefcase like his life depends on it, because it does. Inside that briefcase, stolen technology from a government experiment that accidentally sent people to Dimension X. Dr. Brenner's dad was part of that experiment. That's why Brenner's been obsessed with this his whole life, trying to recreate the accident, get back to Dimension X. The scientist shoots Henry in the hand. Henry panics, bashes his skull in, self-defense. He's just a kid. Then Henry opens the briefcase, and the camera cuts away. We don't see what happens next, but we know Henry went to Dimension X, and when he came back, different blood, different personality, powers. He became 001, the first experiment, the template for 11 and every other kid Brenner tortured in that lab. And Brenner found him because Henry left his spyglass in those caves. This memory, it's why Henry won't enter the caves in his own mind. It's the moment he stopped being human. While Max and Holly are stuck in Vecna's mindscape, the real world is falling apart. Demodogs are closing in on Max's body. She's unconscious in a laundry room under Hawkins Hospital. Robin and Vicky are there. Lucas is clutching a radio. Running Up That Hill is playing, and Lucas won't turn it off. Because that song saved Max in season 4, right? Her favorite song, the one that pulled her back from Vecna's curse. But here's the truth, the real truth. It was never about the song. Max tells Holly this as they're about to escape. The song was just an anchor, a connection to everything she loved. Her memories, her friends, Lucas. That's what gave her the power to escape, not Kate Bush. Love, connection, hope. And when Holly finally escapes, ripping that feeding tube from her mouth, coughing up black particles, she believes in herself for the first time. Holly the heroic, like Mike told her. She tries to run. Vecna yanks her back. Jonathan and Nancy see her falling near Hawkins' lab for just a second before she's pulled into the sky. But she's awake now, fighting. And that changes everything. Then we get to the most important scene in Volume 2. Will Byers comes out, not just to Mike, not just to his mom, to everyone, the whole group, out loud. Vecna showed him a vision, a future where Will pushes everyone away, where his friends worry about him living in a world that hates gay people, where shame isolates him. But Will does something Vecna didn't expect. He refuses to be ashamed. He tells the truth about who he is, about his feelings for Mike, about the fear he's carried since he was a kid. And this is how they beat Vecna, because Vecna feeds on guilt, on shame, on secrets that rot you from the inside. Will just took that weapon away. The seeds were always there. Joyce defending him from bullies who called him slurs. Mike's cruel joke in season 3, "I'm sorry you don't like girls." Will wanting to play D&D while everyone else chased romance. Now it's real. Confirmed, and Will's stronger for it. Even if Mike doesn't feel the same way, Will made peace with it, and that peace, that self-acceptance, that's his armor. So here's where we are. Will has powers, sorcerer powers, connected to Vecna but no longer vulnerable. The Upside Down is a wormhole, and the team's going to bomb it. Vecna's draining 12 kids in Dimension X, building his army, planning to merge worlds. Dr. K wants Eleven's blood to weaponize monsters against Russia. And the finale, 2 hours plus, drops December 31st. The Duffer Brothers already said there will be deaths. Major deaths. Who's not making it out? Steve? Jonathan? Hopper? Joyce? Will Mike finally understand what Will means to him? Or is this heartbreak the final test? And the biggest question nobody's asking, what was in that briefcase? What did young Henry see in Dimension X that turned him into this? One episode left, one finale, one last battle, and after 8 years, it all ends. Volume 2 didn't just raise the stakes, it rewrote the rulebook. If you made it this far, drop a comment. What shocked you most? Who do you think dies in the finale? And are you Team Steve or Team Jonathan? Because that love triangle is about to explode. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you December 31st when we break down the finale that ends Stranger Things forever. Until then, stay out of the Upside Down.